Now, after October 1, something else happened. Paul Biya of La République was recoronated as the king of that territory.
I do so swear.
Any comments about that?
Yeah, I mean, that again showed us and the world our resolve, because we said that there were going to be no elections in the southern Cameroons, and there were no elections. So our people once more demonstrated to the international community our resolve.
Yes.
That we are not part of these people, and we are not going to be involved in anything that concerns these people. And I can guarantee you, they themselves don't know what to do. Because the fact that we did not participate in that election has left a cloud over that election, right?
Yes. Because
we did not vote, and because we did not vote, there was no way to challenge what they could not challenge the coronation. The La République people stood up and cried foul and made presentations here and there, and that was the end of the story. But imagine what would have happened if you people were part of that election. The story would have been different, because you are always the people who go out and try to put things right for this country.
Yes.
These people don't know their left from their right. All they know is that they have a loaf of bread and a can of sardine. That's all they want. They want something to eat. I have told you a story here before where we were in that stupid university, and we were protesting about the quality of education that we have. And the rector came out and called somebody from the crowd and asked him, "What is the problem? Why are you protesting?" And he said, "There is no yogurt in the refectory of the university." That was his problem. It was food.
Mm-hmm.
So these people don't know what is good for them. All they want is they want something to eat and they want something to drink. So your absence from that election once more demonstrated to the international community that we are a people who have resolved that we are going to take our own destinies in our hand, and we are not going to be part of that junkyard that they call a country, La République, that shithole, as Mr. Trump would call it. So your first October resolve to go out and celebrate your Independence Day, your total boycott of that election on October 1st or October 7th was another red feather on your cap to show the international community that these people are a determined people. They can go around and talk about, oh, people were afraid to go out and vote and blah, blah, blah. That is not important. We refuse that we were not going to be part of it. And that is the story. They can paint it anyway, do whatever they want with it. It is up to them. And this is going to be very important when we come down the road.
Yes.
This is going to be very important, because if anybody is coming to tell you that, oh, let's sit down and talk about La République, the president of La République have said that, and your question could be that, did I vote for that president? No. So that is very, very important, and it's going to count as this rolling stone keeps rolling.
Yes, and like you said, I think the international community noted very well that Ambazonia was not part of that election. But we cannot talk about the success of that day without talking about the prominence of the Amba boys in making this happen, either by creating the fear which they have created in La République, or just by their own action to make sure that day did not happen.
Yeah, well, our boys are there to enforce what we have all agreed, that is what is going to reign in the territory. Yes. So if the agreement was that nobody was going to go out to vote, that is what we agreed, because we are as a collective. If some people think that, well, they are part of La République and they have to do what La République wants, no, you won't do it in our territory, because it affects the daily lives of the people in that territory. You can move like this guy from Batibo, who is a parliamentarian who was speaking from Yaoundé. What is his name? You can move like him to La République and vote in La République. You don't have to vote in our territory, because we are not part of that vote. You can choose, you can walk and go over to La République and do that business there. So the order in the territory that day was that there was going to be no election in the territory, and that is what. And the boys took that order, and they made sure that it was enforced across the board.
Yes.
And the people listened to it, and the people showed their resolve. So I don't think that it was some kind of fear or intimidation.
No, I mean fear on the side of La Republique. That,
oh yes.
That they went out. Their presence is everywhere. For Ambazonia to start restoring itself, fear has to change sides. Mm-hmm. And I think the Amba boys made fear change sides. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, that's true. And you could look at their calendar for their campaigns and things like that. None of them went to the southern Cameroon to campaign.
Yes, even Paul Biya had a trip to Boya and cancelled.
Yeah, so that is to tell you, and those are documents that we are going to be able to show the international community that you cannot be asking us to be part of a people when clearly this is what we demonstrated on October 1st, this is what we demonstrated on October 7th, and going forward with other things that we'll probably enumerate in this show.
Yes, and I think one of the things that our actions on October 1 and the refusal to participate in that sham election is showing is that we are a different people. Mm-hmm. We are not part of La Republique. We don't have their mentality. We don't believe that power comes from above. We believe that we give part of our power to some people to coordinate our activities. And you can see that when Frundi won the election in 92 and they stole it from him, the people of Ambazonia reacted immediately.
Yes.
Now, Kamto claimed victory, and we haven't seen anything. In fact, so you can see the different. If you look through that whole territory, you can see that we are a very, very different people. Say something about. I mean, if I saw Kamto go out and say he won, I'm like, yes, these people must have learned something from Ambazonia. But no, they haven't, because, I mean, I see them having a calendar that, on this day we'll start ghost towns and all that. But you don't organize things like that. Those are things that when they happen, you react to them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's spontaneous. You don't make a calendar for when you're going to start demonstrating and things like that. The people who are demonstrating in Paris now, they did not set it on a calendar.
No.
There was a negative action that was put in place by the puppet government, the French government, and the people reacted to it instantly. You cannot have the results from the various polling stations clearly showing that you have won, and people could not even do the math. Mm-hmm. Because if you are going to say there were 3 million votes in an election, when you tally those votes and give that this person got this number of votes, this person got this number of votes, they all have to add up to 3 million.
Yes.
They cannot be more than 3 million. So they couldn't even do their math. So everything was clear that he was robbed of that election, if you want to call it an election, and he had nothing to say. And that is why I said that is the difference between us as a people and these people.
Yes.
Because if we were part of that sham, if we were part of it, it would have been different, because we would have been on the streets. We would have said this nonsense is not going to hold, and the rest of the country, they would now be dancing behind us. And let me just add something, because this is not something that is new to us. Even when we started this thing, these people believe that we should be together, but we should be the ones to go and remove their king so that they can then have power. No, we told them that no, we are not going to do that. We have helped you a long time. We have done everything for you. We have lost our people for your sake. You are now, everybody can now speak and have 1 million political parties, because we lost 6 people on the 26th of May 1990.
And others after that.
And others after that.
And the amount of businesses that people lost because of that. So we paid the price for that democratization of that jungle.
Yeah, so and we are not going to continue to do that. So we are going to be our own people, and we would use the talents and the knowledge that we have to build our country, and not continue to help people who don't see the value in what we bring to the table.
Yes, I just want to go back to that reaction, the difference between the reaction when Frundi won and Kamto. The reason why when Frundi's election was stolen, the whole population rose without somebody prompting them, is because of the kind of education that we have. We are taught that you are the person who brings justice to your community or to your country, who decides who your government is, you are the catalyst of anything that happens in that place. In La République, the same mentality where everything comes from the top, the population was waiting for the top to tell them what to do. And so Cameroun now goes and sit and schedule that, okay, on this day I'm going to tell you to do this. No, the people themselves should know that your election has been stolen, and they go out on the street. That's what progressive countries do. Nobody prompts them. The leadership only comes in to then control the crowd and channel it to accomplish, what they are for.
No, not only that, he came out that he spoke and he said, let's change the country in peace. That's what he said. And it's unfortunate that our people did not show up. It's unfortunate for La République, but it is good for us. And we are going to continue, because it clearly demonstrates that difference that we have said in terms of culture, in terms of thinking, and in every other thing else.
Yes.
They have kept us for 57 years, and in those 57 years, they have been unable to change us.
Yes.
So there is no other way to put it. I think we have spent quite a bit of time showing them how different we are from them, and this was just the icing of the cake. When you were listening to, and I'm going to bring this in, when you were listening to the speeches by the House of Lords in London, I think you heard one of them said that he traveled to that country, and when he traveled from La République and came to Ambazonia, it was like night and day.
The first time I visited Africa, I visited, as part of my journey, Senegal and Cameroun. I remember being struck then by the immense difference in the whole character and tradition and life between West Cameroons and French Cameroons. I was bewildered as to how administrators thought that these two communities made a natural combined entity. I just didn't see it. You can't fix these things by an imposed agreement. These things have to grow out of a commitment and will and understanding of the different parties to the situation.
Yes, it is night and day.
It is night and day in every way. Every way.